by the 1980s, the astounding special effects found in movies drew audiences into the filmmaker's dreams. But the creepy need for popular and little-known films increased when 24-hour cable TV and other technological advancements quietly crept into our homes. Somehow, this need for visual escapism changed us all and is best reflected in these 5 intense and underrated sci-fi movies of the 1980s. Number 5. Saturn III. Stanley Donen directed the film, which starred Kirk Douglas, Farrah Fawcett, and Harvey Keitel. Alex and Adam do hydroponic research on the third moon of Saturn to assist with the food crisis back on Earth.
We can apply for remission together, can't we? We have to find a way to stay together.
A man with criminal intent, Captain Benson, replaced the intended individual assigned to deliver an advanced robot to the scientists of the Saturn III station.
Hey, Benz, what are you doing? Wait a minute, Benz! Holy hell, stop! Stop! No, Ben! Wait, stop it! Benz! Hold it! Benz!
The mechanism, named Hector, directly builds its programming from Benson's unbalanced mind and homicidal nature.
This is an unborn. Hasn't a thing on its mind. Yet.
As Hector's intellect grows, Alex and Adam find the robot might be more of a threat than its crazed programmer.
Are you aware of Alex? What do you think? Don't get ideas above your station, Hector.
Since Benson is attracted to Alex, the same is true of Hector. Number 4, Altered States. Directed by Ken Russell and starring William Hurt, Blair Brown, Bob Belabin, Charles Hyde, and Theo Peglis. Edward Jessup, a psychology professor and scientist, becomes obsessed with proving that our other states of consciousness are as real as our waking states.
And you're not allowed to ablate human beings, and you can't stick electrodes in their skulls, so I have to use some kind of trance-inducing technique, and the isolation tank seemed the least risky. Listen.
After his experiments with sensory deprivation flotation tanks, Edward hears of a Mexican tribe that utilizes mushrooms and shrubs to bring about intense hallucinations that are deep memories of the past. When Edward combines continued use of this substance with a new sensory deprivation tank, is when his visions not only alter his states of consciousness, but the effects begin to externalize themselves, causing his body to change. Number 3, Videodrome. Directed by David Cronenberg and starring James Woods, Deborah Harry, Sonia Smits, Peter Dvorsky, Julia Connor, Les Carlson, and Lynn Gorman. Max is the head of a small television station, and he is always on the lookout for new programming that will draw a wider audience.
Something too soft about it. I'm looking for something that'll break through, something tough.
After seeing a pirated broadcast of staged violence from a show called Videodrome, Max believes he has found the next new market.
Goes on like what?
Like that. torture, murder, mutilation.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, look, there's almost no production costs. You can't take your eyes off it. It's incredibly realistic.
In search of more information about Videodrome, Max and his new girlfriend, Nikki, discover a confusing world of visions and hallucinations that might be a higher form of reality.
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it turns me on.
As Max finds himself physically adapting to suit his new understanding, his difficulty is knowing where the reality ends and the hallucinations begin.
Don't keep me waiting. Please. Please.
Number 2, The Hidden. It was directed by Jack Shelder and starred Kyle MacLachlan, Michael Nouri, Clarence Felder, Richard Brooks, Frank Renzulli, Claudia Christian, and William Boyett. Mild-mannered citizens with no criminal records are robbing banks and attacking citizens. FBI agent Gallagher, along with Detective Willis, investigates an increasing number of murders which are all based on the same motivations, but with different individuals.
You don't have anything on Miller because he's always changing his identity. The same with DeVries. You didn't have anything on him until a couple of weeks ago because that's when you finally caught up with him as DeVries.
The team seems to be chasing a body-stealing alien who turns its hosts into homicidal maniacs. But this situation is not the only strangeness affecting their search. Number 1, Scanners. It was directed by David Cronenberg and starred Stephen Lack, Michael Ironside, Patrick McGowan, Lawrence Dane, Jennifer O'Neill, and Robert A. Silverman. All of his life, Cameron suffered from voices in his head, which caused his life to be unstable and in disarray. Suddenly, armed men forcibly brought him into a private company.
You're a scanner, but you don't realize. That has been the source of all your agony. But I will show you now that it can be a source of great power.
As Cameron increases his power to control his environment,
I want you to make a link from your brain to his heart.
there is also a crazed man named Revik, who is intensely aware of his scanner abilities. He gathers other scanners and uses them to begin a new world order. Revik will stop at nothing to destroy those who resist him. The final showdown cannot be avoided. What are your most intense sci-fi flicks from the 1980s? Let me know in the comments below. And remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.